Are you impressed yet?
I am so impressed.
Do you love me now, Mom? Didn't occur to me to be like, put your intensity hat on.
Yeah, buckle up.
Pizza today for both of us. We're trying to make 9 pizzas.
So we have all kinds of ingredients set up and we are very excited because it's gonna be a pizza palooza.
So it's gonna be crazy. We already did everything here. We figure you know how to slice peppers, shred vegan mozzarella you get at the store. All this other stuff is very simple. Some Tofurky sausage.
Roasted tomatoes, you've seen that recipe. I had these in the freezer, so.
Thawed roasted tomatoes. Let's get started. We're gonna start throwing the dough. All right. It's good to not put too much flour on, but you also need some.
So we have our pizza dough sitting out on a tray with a damp towel over it so they don't dry out as we make the rest of our pizzas.
You can use a rolling pin. I just like using my hands, but rolling pin will definitely make it more consistent. You don't want to hold it in any one spot for too long. You gotta constantly keep stretching it, and this is where. This is definitely unnecessary, but it's fun. Okay, so
I never do that.
I'm starting to see spots where it's starting to thin out a little bit. That center is very thick, so I'm gonna pull in that. Thin is okay, you just don't want to rip it. Then I go around and I work it. But you don't want to pull it where it's too thin, where you've started to see. I'm gonna put this on here for now, but we're gonna wait a second.
That's a lot.
No.
That's gonna all end up in my stove.
Okay, chill out.
In my oven.
I don't want it to stick on the pizza peel, because what will happen is, and it might still happen, when you put the pizza peel and try to get it on the stone, it will just flip everything out, and then all of that is in your oven, and then that's wet ingredients in your oven.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a sheet pan underneath the pizza stone.
Do it. It's always good to have your ingredients ready for the pizza, because what will happen is, once you put the pizza on the pizza peel, you wanna work quickly, because the dough can make the cornmeal wet.
Then you start adding your ingredients.
As quick as you can.
Okay.
You don't need to rush, but you also don't want to dilly-dally.
Let's just try our roasted tomatoes first and some cheese.
All right. I got to put it on the peel first. Ready?
Well done, young grasshopper.
8 more to go. We have the oven at 500 degrees on convection. So how long? Probably 20 minutes? Top.
No, it says 10 to 12.
10 to 12 minutes. So we're gonna keep an eye on it.
Okay.
So while that's in the oven, we're gonna be working on our next ball. It's good to press the center first. I think I didn't do that. Yeah, you wanna work from the inside out. This dough is so lovely. This is from Delicatta pasta in Kittery, Maine. I don't wanna do it too much.
See, this is what I do.
Ooh, easy.
I take it and I go like this.
Easy, it's very thin.
I go around. I know it's thin, but I grab the very edge of it and it kind of pulls, and then I bend my fingers over.
Mom has really long nails too, so
no,
please.
I don't. They're short right now. And then I just kind of work it around with my folded over hands. I don't know if this is right.
Your knuckles.
My knuckles.
Yeah, you want to make sure that any sharp rings you have are off, your nails are short. All right, so this next one is gonna be fresh tomato.
Okay, so then I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on this, just a little bit. If you don't have a pizza peel, you can use one of these offset. This is a cookie sheet that has air in between. So you can use this as a pizza peel. If you have a cookie sheet that looks like this, where it's just the edge.
I'm gonna check it, it's looking good. See how it kind of has like a solid structure to it? Golden brown, starting to darken on the top, and it has a solid bottom, that's good. I wanna know. See, I do think this is a little underdone.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. But I definitely think it's a little underdone.
Hold on.
It's really good. I think it could have gone just a little longer.
Yep.
Pizza can be kind of whatever works for you. I mean, think about it. This is basically a sauce that just never got blended up. Are you impressed yet?
I am so impressed.
Do you love me now, Mom? It's so messed up. It does.
You're doing a good job.
It does. I like it when I do that.
I do too. It's very effective. You're good at this. You're much better at this than I am.
Thanks, Mom. You do love me. So bad. So it's been a long day, and this is my I don't care, I want to use up all the ingredients pizza.
That looks pretty good though. We'll see.
It looks good, but it's also an I don't care pizza.
Right.
Last one. All right, I think you can totally load it, but I do think this is still a little overloaded with wet stuff, or maybe could have cooked more, because the bottom is good, but there's a softness to the bottom.
So we're not using pizza sauce on any of these pizzas, and I think if it had a sauce on it, on that pizza, I think it totally would have made the center soggy.
If you look at how they put on pizza sauce, usually they smear it so thin.
I know.
Like this is thick. What I did was thick.
Right.
I like it. It's good. So we have tons. We have 9 pizzas.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9 pizzas.
Ranging from decadent and confusing.
But that looks like the best.
To a blank slate still, which is so lovely and elegant.
But get all of them, because they are quite...
They're like us. They're all a little different.
And special.
But we're very proud of them.
I think they're delicious. The only problem is making them in mass like this.
They don't stay warm.
They don't stay warm. They're so good.
It's almost like we know what we're doing.
I don't think we did know what we were doing. It does make a big difference to have a really good quality dough. And if you have a pizzeria in your neighborhood that has really good dough, they'll sell you dough balls. So you can just go and buy several and cook your pizzas at home. What's your opinion on the Tofurky Italian sausage?
I like it. I think it's good.
I think it's really good. I'm glad we seared it first.
I do think I would have crumbled it next time. I think you were right.
Absolutely, the sausage should have been crumbled. The interesting thing is, we didn't really plan on ingredients. We just sort of used what we had. I knew that we had some roasted tomatoes in the freezer, which I had done up back in the fall. And I knew I had other things. I had a little bit of cheese, and I had very little bit of fresh basil. I had the pesto in the freezer, and we didn't even have any pizza sauce. So I think just going with it and whatever you have and seeing what you can come up with makes for a valid pizza pie, I think. Just go for it, see what comes up, and you probably will 99% of the time be pleasantly surprised. That's what I think.
I remember growing up, we had a family friend where we'd go over. He was a small business owner, right? So he ran a business all day. Probably got up really early in the morning, go to their house, and lots of people would go to their house. It was like always a bunch of people.
Oh, they invite a bunch of people.
It was a party.
It was a pizza party.
And they would do it regularly. It was always fun. And pretty much the whole night, he would just be in the kitchen making pizza after pizza. And they had like, they did not have like this huge decadent kitchen.
It was a small kitchen.
It was a small kitchen. It was like a normal, kitchen most people have. And he just cranked it. And they were great pizzas. And I don't know if he made his dough or not.
No, he got it from Market Basket.
Really?
Yeah, he'd have the big
It was great.
Yeah, he'd just have the local supermarket doughs that you'd buy in a bag, and he'd have them all piled on the counter.
That's so funny.
And they'd all get really big because they'd been sitting there all afternoon.
Right.
He would just make them and crank them out. And
everyone else was hanging out at the party, and he was just making pizzas in the kitchen. Some people would go and hang out in the kitchen while he was making pizzas.
And then if something new would come out, and he'd go, "Oh, he just came out with the caramelized onion, blue cheese."
Everyone would know in the party, and some people would be like, "I'm good," or something,
Or he made another one of these really good ones. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then by the end, he was always asleep on the couch.
Because
he was like cranking out tons of people. I don't know. That's so the reason why I bring that up is because I was saying to Mom earlier, I don't know how he had the sauce to make it because I wouldn't. I'd just say we're buying.
Sauce? You mean the energy?
The emotional sauce. Like I don't have the sauce for that.
And he said he did it because he likes it.
Yeah.
He had fun, and it was.
And they were good. They were always great.
Always really.
That's funny
good
that was
pizza.
Market Basket dough.
This was a challenge. It is filming though. Filming and cooking is a challenge. So we're not complaining.
You're just complaining.
I'm not complaining. I'm making excuses.
Oh. That's better.
That's better. So, but this has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that
the challenge is worth it.
If we do another pizza video, we're gonna make 2 pizzas, and that's it. We could do them on the grill. That would be
We could do
fun.
deep dish pizza.
Yeah, that would be fun too. All right, so this was Ben.
Good. Thank. Bye. Bye.
That's it. Now close it out. That's it. Should you do the home?
What?
Yeah, you're just trying to get me to do this on camera.
What?
You know.
You're just going home. That's what you say.
I said, are you going to close out by doing the home on the camera? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You're just trying to egg me on here. Okay.
Wait. Like this?